do you have a cross because you're afraid of what?
Oh yes, that's it. Okay, so what for this second film? I'm hearing people sort of saying like it's sort of touching on its own kind of genre. Like, would you say you agree with that, or there's sort of
what does that mean?
Yeah.
We're creating another subgenre.
Our own genre.
Yeah.
I think what they're getting at is the fact that it veers into a different genre than the first film.
Right.
The first film was, a haunted house film, a spin on that. With this film, we sort of tipped it over into a slightly different genre.
Right.
We've been calling it a supernatural domestic thriller.
Yeah, which is kind of what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the second film came, full circle in terms of like the first film from the first. Yeah. How do you think you were able to execute that?
We were able to execute that in a big way because we got our cast back. We got our entire cast back. That was very important with finishing their storyline. We got them back. They were very excited to want to continue with with the next chapter of their story. And so when we knew that we could get them back, Leigh and I started talking about different storylines of what the movie could be for number 2. And we came back to the conclusion that that the way we finished the first movie, right, led us down the path of what the second film would be.
Right. And so did you anticipate a sequel from the first film, or no?
No, I mean, we never think about sequels because we're so superstitious.
Right.
We're just hoping that whatever film we were working on, separately or together, we're just hoping it does okay and gets received. It's really putting the cart before the horse to think about a sequel.
Yeah. What's like the secret to making people jump out of their seats? Because I know people definitely did that in the in the theater when I saw it.
I don't know.
It's tough.
There's no secret. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's secret. I'm sure if you break it down, there's a algorithm to it. But for Leigh and
write it down and sell that book.
I know, right? Yeah, if we could make a lot of money there. But for Leigh and I, it's very instinctual. It's a gut instinct. We kind of go by what we think
we
works
use
for us.
ourselves as templates. Like I'll tell him a story, and if it scares him, or he tells me some story, that's the best gauge. Is us.
Right. Yeah. And how do you contribute to the building up of the anticipation of the scary parts? Like, how do you think that? Like, there was a lot of build up, I feel like, to a lot of the scary parts. Like, how do you think that?
Well, I think building up is very important. I think you build up not just the scares, you build up the characters, you build up the story, you build up the scenarios, and then it's very important because you can't just jump straight to something happening, right? It's not an action film. An action film you can open with a car blowing out, building explosion or whatever, right? You can cut straight to the action set piece. For these kind of movies to work, you need the kind of slow burn. You need the kind of slowly sucking the audience in and lulling them into a false sense of security, and then you can come in and then show them what you want to show them then. Because once you have them in the palm of your hands, then you can really take them along on the journey.
Evil genius, as you can see.
And what do you think keeps audiences coming back for the second film? What do you think is going to keep them coming back?
I think if they love the first movie, they're gonna love this one because the story is the one that they love from the first movie, and it it answers a lot of little questions they may have from the first film, and I think it's such a it's a scary, creepy, fun ride that tries to honor the first film as much as it could.
Yeah.